Hi everybody, in this video we are going to continue with applying trigonometric identities, and we're going to use the half angle identity to find the exact value of cosine of 13 pi over 8. And it's mind-boggling to me how complicated people can make this question. Sorry, it's typed a little funny, but 13 pi over 8, okay? So cosine of 13 pi over 8 is the question. 13 pi over 8 is the thing we are taking the cosine of. 13 pi over 8 is an angle. It is in radians. Converting this to degrees, all it does for you is it gives you an idea, I suppose, of how big it is, right? Yeah, there's that. I think it's like 285 or something like that. But you shouldn't have to convert it to degrees to do this problem. The question says to use a half angle identity and its cosine. So if you start by writing down the identity, the people who are struggling are the people who only write down the right side of the identity. You need to write down the left and right side and understand what everything means and what it is you have, and then what you need to find to use and apply that identity. Okay? So the identity would be cosine of theta over 2 equals plus or minus positive or negative square root of 1 plus cosine theta. And I do suggest you write it in this order, 1 plus cosine theta, because the one for sine, I would write 1 minus cosine theta, because order matters when you're subtracting. I know it doesn't matter when you're adding, but this way you're memorizing them the same way, okay? Over 2. Now, there is no reason why you should be putting 13 pi over 8 in here. No. You don't know what the cosine of 13 pi over 8 is. This is why we're using a half angle identity. There's no reason why 13 pi over 16 is involved in this problem at all. 13 pi over 8 is already the half angle. It is half of an angle. How do you get half of an angle? You divide that angle by 2. So I want to know, well, what angle is it half of? What is theta? What is the mystery angle? The mystery number, right? How do I find it? I use this thing called algebra that you've been using, hopefully, for many years. I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. I'm not going to sit there and say 26 pi over 8 because I'm not in 6th grade. You should reduce as you go. This is 13 pi over 4. That's theta. The denominator is now 4, which means I can find 13 pi over 4, the cosine of 13 pi over 4, using my knowledge of the unit circle. That's theta. So that, okay, is that. And there. Okay? While we're at it, where are both of these angles? The cosine of 13 pi over 8 is the one we're finding. That's 13 pi over 8. That's the one we need to know where it is so we know if it's positive or negative. This is 0 pi over 8 because that's 0. That is 8 pi over 8. If I go all the way here, that's 16 pi over 8, so it's too much because 8 over 8 is half. So this is 4 more pi over 8, so this gets me to 12 pi over 8. That means 13 pi over 8 is just after there. Is cosine positive or negative here? Cosine is positive there. So I will have a positive answer at the end. Okay? Now, I need to, inside of the problem, find the cosine of theta. We established that theta is 13 pi over 4. Well, where is 13 pi over 4? That's 0 pi over 4. That's 4 pi over 4. 4 pi over 4, 8 pi over 4, right? Another 4 will get me 12 pi over 4. 1 pi over 4, you should know is 45 degrees, so that gets me right in the middle of that quadrant right there. So if that's where it gets me, right in the middle of there, cosine is negative there. Specifically, what is it? Cosine of 13 pi over 4 in that spot, left the medium amount, it's negative root 2 over 2. That will go in for the cosine of theta. That's the other thing. Oh my gosh, guys. The cosine of that angle is root 2 over 2. You're not taking the cosine of negative root 2 over 2. What are you doing? Ay, ay, ay. So 1 plus negative is minus. We're grown. We're going to write it right. Root 2 over 2 over 2. I'm not going to make a mess because I am a good math student. I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by 2. Why? Because today alone, I think 16 people asked me questions dealing with simplifying this because you're all doing like common denominators and trying to keep change flip but not properly doing it and blah, 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 blah. That's too many people. That's too many people. Positive. Let's keep going. The 2 distributes. 2 minus root 2. So 2 times 1 is 2. Here the 2's cross out. Here I'm over 4. That's a radical in the denominator because it's technically the root of the top over the root of the bottom. Let's write our problem again as we go so we don't lose track of the main objective. Right? Final answer. Cosine of 13 pi over 8 is positive. Square root only on the numerator now. See, I'm putting the little hook over the numerator bar. See here, it goes all the way down. 2 minus root 2. A root inside a root, we're fine. We'll live, okay? We just don't want them in our denominator. I shouldn't have let them touch. It's a pet peeve of mine, but what are we going to do? Over 2, because the square root of 4 is 2. It's a perfect square. Now I rationalize my denominator. Lovely, beautiful, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right? So that's the first video on this list. But if I'm uploading it, the click-through at the end might not be that. You'll live. Okay? So that's the end of the video. If you get it now, it's clear now, you understand, good. If not, well, not good. Let me know. And check the playlist that's coming up on your screen or description, whatever. Okay, bye.